Oh my gosh, Shiz.
There she goes again. Oh man, shoot the messenger if you need. Justify the criminal's greed. Blame the documents if you want. Throw out a misogynistic taunt, but there Shiz goes again, pissing off them men. There she goes once more. Facts will settle the score. If the truth is painful, maybe be less pitiful. Don't commit crimes and lie online. There she goes again. Documents in hand, breaking their delusion. Sorry for the confusion, but shit happens. Shit happens. Shit happens.
My apologies. I'm going to play a couple of intros. They have nothing to do with the subject matter tonight. I just need a minute to process all this. It's a bit disorienting and figure out how I'm going to lay this out for you guys. So let's Mikey.
Discord drama whore. You're nice. Mikey, haven't you heard? Mikey, you're a shitbird. Mikey takes several seats. Mikey, embrace defeat. Well, isn't that unfortunate that you're a fucking half-wit? That you're a habitual felon? That you have no brain in that fucking melon? In that fucking melon. Did you know you have a hearing? Is that what you were fearing? Make sure to bring your trout shoulders. Bad guys getting bolder and bolder. Mikey, haven't you heard? Mikey, you're a shitbird. Mikey takes several seats. Mikey, embrace defeat. Felon wrangler robbing little old ladies, lying and pretending he had a baby, acting like he isn't a complete waste of space, making his family name a disgrace. There once was a man named Donnie who had the misfortune of meeting this donkey. According to the state, Mikey killed him, but now Wrangler plays the victim. What the fuck? Mikey, embrace defeat. Fuck you, Wrangler. Fuck you, Wrangler. Fuck. Mikey, embrace defeat.
Just know the murder case is not going to paint me in a very pretty light. It's not. It did not paint me in a very pretty light. It didn't, in any regard. Whether it's true or not is irrelevant.
Man, you should do less. Looking real stupid, you ain't can't press. On some real shit, bite chick nonetheless. Take the buck and go home, pack it up, kid, you a mess. Walking like a dog, let's just call him Lassie. Fake vet, kill a real vet. Justice is what we need to see. Man, you should do less. Looking real stupid, you ain't can't press. On some real shit, bite chick nonetheless. Take the buck and go home, pack it up, kid, you a mess. Walking like a dog, let's just call him Lassie. Fake vet, kill a real vet. Justice is what we need to see. Man, you should do less. Looking real stupid, you ain't can't press. On some real shit, bite chick nonetheless. Take the buck and go home, pack it up, kid, you a mess. Walking like a dog. Walking like a dog. like a dog.
I felt that his victim deserved to have the story told.
Hello, everyone. Dang it, it's not going to be as fun and lighthearted tonight, but I'm going to lay out to you how this situation unfolded start to finish. We're going to hear from some victims that would like to speak out, and then we're going to talk to some people associated with this person that would like to express their opinions on the evidence. And again, Irish Demon has already admitted to all of this behavior numerous times via email, private messages, and in Team Skeptics Discord. It's just at the time when he was doing these admittances, I don't think he realized how much was going to end up coming out here. So I'm going to bring up my strength, the lovely Scotto, who would never do this to me.
Only if you paid me to.
And Hefe, Hill Pirate Studios. Thank you for joining me, my emotional support humans. Because, yeah, thank you, Christina. This just proves that you never truly know someone as well as you think you do. I'm very disappointed in what I've heard and seen, and it is a punch to the gut. I'm afraid to do this. So anxious right now. I wish I had fruit snacks.
Oh my God, you're out?
I am out. I was at the vet with Penny Pen today, and I didn't go to the grocery store.
Everything all right with Penny? Penny good?
She has a little hole in her heart, but we're very hopeful it's going to close on its own. But we'll know by April what's going on there. Don't make me sad about my Pen. I'm waiting for the kids.
She's so
She's
cute.
the cutest.
Mhm.
She like poses too. Like she knows that she's adorable, and she uses it to her advantage all the time.
Right. I agree with Redacted. Honestly, I've had I called this out almost a year ago now in Discord. Like when he was talking about his 1%er motorcycle club that doesn't do crime. I was like, that's legitimately what the 1% means, is like the criminal aspect of a motorcycle club.
Well, and so the thing is, so after Demon left Boston, a little bit after December of 2022, and I only know this because I was talking to some people and I was looking through screenshots. I had told him like, "Hey, I'm good. I don't want to talk to you again." Basically, like, have a nice life. And for several months, sock accounts were saying terrible things to me everywhere I went on YouTube, all over my comment section. I reached out to a couple people, and shout out to Kate because she called it. She was like, "It's him. He's the only one that has the amount of time to run that many sock accounts to do this." But I ended up going to him about it, and he blamed Colin, definitely not Cromwell, and said that he would make him stop. That, along with a lot of other things I'm finding out, makes it really weird and gross. If someone tells you they don't want to talk to you, you shouldn't manipulate them into being your friend again. Amongst the other things you were doing behind my back there. But all right, let's get started on how this unfolded. Do either of you gentlemen have that Facebook post?
Yeah, I'll get it right now. Sorry. Pulling it up.
How about no demons, baby? I won't be nice to it. Yeah, there were a lot of people that had things happen to them, and he was going to save them and fix it. And it turned out he was the one doing it or causing it.
Right.
A weird savior complex thing, but we'll get into that.
Right. The DMs where he's like filleting himself.
Oh, Tracy, the good thing is there are no doubts. He admitted to people months later that he had done that to me, but said we were cool now, so it didn't matter. That was cool to find out, John. Thanks. I mean, we can always be mean to Kaiser. We can bully him like a pine cone, but we have some things to cover tonight. We'll do Kaiser tomorrow night.
Let me share my screen real quick.
Scotto, you can read that one.
You'd be really disappointed if you saw Daddy's Pornhub history, midget golden shower, babysitter pizza delivery.
Shut up,
Yikes.
showers. Shut up, shower.
No, Tracy, Demon did that from a plethora of sock accounts and tried to blame Colin. Demon did later admit to people that it was him. I don't think Colin would do that. I don't think he has the time. So this all started when this mom's group post was shared in Team Skeptics Discord. Prior to this shoot, I don't think I have the screenshot.
This Discord one?
Where he was telling people that COVID was going viral. Oh,
Yeah, I have. But I'm pulling up all the messages, and sorry guys, I shouldn't have. My pregame ran long, so it's my fault that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
We're here for you, Hefe. I appreciate you being here. If I tried to do this, my computer would shut down, so.
Okay, there's that. There's 3 of them.
I was just reading that. That's
I love you, Nasty Nathaniel. I'm so happy and honored to be your online girlfriend.
Snap.
The one right before this. So before this all came out, Demon had spent some time in Skeptics Discord repeatedly saying that Coded Friend was going viral on Facebook. I feel it was a call to action for people to search for the post.
Right. Oh, okay. I see what I did. Sorry.
No, don't ever be sorry.
I'm always
Love
sorry.
means never having to say you're sorry. Yeah, here. He kept saying, Bobby's going viral on Facebook. He's gone viral on Facebook. And then that next one.
And then this one.
And then someone searched Coded Friend's name on Facebook, found it, posted it, deleted it smartly because it was silly to share. And Demon said, that one, I couldn't find it. Someone just mentioned it to me. Not what I'd call viral, to be fair. So let's go over the post.
And
this is infuriating.
One where they called him out as well. Because Burns called him out. He was like, this is not cool. Cross the line. I'm out. And
well, that was before Demon took accountability.
Okay. Timeline. Gotcha.
I'm trying to go in chronological order.
Yes, ma'am.
So this was a screenshot that was posted and redacted after Demon's call to action to look for this post on Facebook. And it was posted by a single mom named Shirley Boland. Please, 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 ladies, be extremely careful if you're approached by this man in any capacity. He preys on single moms and kids. He has made outrageous and disgusting comments about children. You can guess what I mean. This man is an absolute predator. He's incredibly violent and hostile and has multiple felonies. His name is, and then his first, middle, and legal last name. And he lives in a town. He drives around in his white Jeep Safari. Please keep yourselves and your children as far away from this man as possible. He's known to act out his sick views on his YouTube channel. Coded Friend, I think it's called. If anyone has any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. He has started up making disgusting adult comments about little girls again. Please be careful. If anyone knows his place of work, please let me know with photos of this man. Again, what seems to be another call to action. You can't go into small communities or any community really and accuse someone of pedophilia, give everyone pictures of him, his car, and all this other information and expect that nothing bad's going to happen. You not only risked him, but you risked dudes that look like him and drive a similar car. So when this was posted, upon reading it within 2 sentences, I knew it was Irish Demon. I contacted him. At first, he claimed that it wasn't a big deal. He was across the ocean, so he couldn't get in trouble. He kept doubling down until I called him in to a voice chat with 20 to 30 people in there. And I again laid out to him why that is wrong. And he stood his ground until a lot of other people started being very vocal about how they felt about what he had done here. When Hill Pirate Studios went over went over this stuff. There's a screen recording that shows the comments on the thread. Demon was replying to people. I then reached out to people and was sent their messages with him. If you want to pull that one up. Just the first one, I think, is enough for context. I have a little video that has more of them in it, and Hill Pirate Studios has a whole video with it too.
Yeah, there's multiple streams on it. The first one is right.
No, I'm not saying Demon lived in the US. I'm saying he made a fake Facebook post to try to call someone a pedophile and go IRL on YouTube. Slap fights.
This one?
Just the very first one.
Okay, let me look at the order again real quick so I can make sure.
His late father was beaten up by him. Demon, that's not what happened.
Thanks, buddy.
You have those reports. That's not what happened. You're just misrepresenting the truth to try to, I don't know, get people to beat up this dude.
30.
Wait,
is that the one with a link to the coded the Discord screenshot? Is that the one you want?
The very first message where he tells the person the address and tells them there.
Okay. Yeah, let me.
Oh, hi, Kate. Thank you.
Oh shit! What's up, Kate?
If you're not on someone's panel, you're not friends anymore, Catherine. So please stop calling my phone. Thank you.
Whoa. She made a second message to see if we see her.
She's covering Turtle Boy, and I'm covering Irish Turtle Boy. It's wild. It gets worse, guys. I'm just laying this out. But
this one.
I think.
Hopefully, I'll see you next weekend. It's gonna be fun.
This one?
No, the very first message that he sent when the woman commented, where he was like, he lives at.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, guys. There's a plethora of evidence. My computer literally can't handle it.
Right.
And I couldn't handle it as good as Jeff does.
Anyway. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Got it. Sorry. This
one. So anyone who commented the post, again, that full screen recording is on Hill Pirate Studios. Shameless plug. So in the comments, anyone who expressed violent ideations toward Coded Friend, again, these are people in his local area in a mom's group. He sent them messages saying he's at and then his full address. I'd like to do a call out at his place, but I'm alone with a special needs child at home, so stuck here. Like you wanted other people to handle your dirty work, it would seem. Oh, that's interesting. Alex Sargent said as soon as he figured out I'm in Georgia, he was trying to get me involved in shit months ago. That's weird. I was actually sent screenshots before this where he was trying to get someone to drive 12 hours to go to a strip club to see if Bobby worked there. Yikes, on all the bikes. So what's after these messages? Oh, so the account he was using was Shirley Boland. And it turns out that account was contacting other people masquerading as a woman. Do you want to bring up those ones? Ew. Irish Demona. Oh, Dummy Kruger. It gets so much worse. Okay.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go over stuff, but when we get to this part, you might want to depart. And I am gonna point out that some of these, here I'll full screen myself. A lot of these screenshots talk about mental health and suicide. I don't feel if someone has been wielding that since 2021, that they're using it as anything more than an excuse. Coincidentally, this stream is on what would have been my cousin's 33rd birthday. Unfortunately, he took his own life when he was 21 years old. I don't like anyone using mental health in this way. And I will say the same thing I said to Miss Mandy. If your mental health is manifesting in a way that so vastly negatively affects everyone around you, that is your problem to deal with. Get away from the internet and get help. It's just my disclaimer because some of these screenshots are fucking gross. Like, who's so depressed that $200 makes it better? Like, I'm a suicide attempt survivor, and never once did I think money would have fixed that.
Same and agreed.
Same.
Some of these screenshots were so upsetting because I considered this man a friend. And like seeing the manipulation was just really gross. it was just really gross.
Do you want the Facebook postings next? Is that what you want?
When he was pretending to be a woman to flirt with a man.
Okay. All right. Scrolling.
We're gonna talk about some of your weird online kinks there, John.
Yikes. All right. Here's the first one.
So this is Demon pretending to be an Irish woman living in New York to flirt with Wood Stan. Most of you know who he is. NPC. Weird side mission, I guess. Oh, it gets so much worse. It gets so much worse. You can just scroll through these. I'm gonna put these in my Discord. Some of them are, I think they're actually already in there. There isn't a Shamrock Scumbag channel that has this stuff in it. I'll add more after the stream as well. There's some stuff I'm not going to show yet because I need to thoroughly redact. I'm not putting any innocent people on the chopping block, John.
That's that one. Next one.
Maybe the booby pictures will make it all better.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Like
again, yeah, thank you, Lupe. You read my mind. There's a link to the Discord. The evidence is in there. I'll be adding more after the stream. This is terrible. She has decent boobies, though. The one from the upward angle, the one from the downward angle makes them look saggy. And I know they're not terribly saggy. They look like nice ones.
Like the level.
I like that even when he's a chick, he has to be Irish.
Loves that heritage, right? Loves that heritage. There's some titties, right? And then he follows that one
is
with
the adult entertainer that Demon takes on as a persona online, I guess. Not anymore. He deleted the account. And I will note that once it started coming out in vague details about these activities we're going to talk about later, he nuked his Discord server.
In real time, we watched it happen because we were
it's screen recorded.
Yeah. That was wild. All of a sudden I got kicked out. But here's the best one. It's next.
Sorry, I'm just hoping the boobs will help because that's the good one.
Yeah. Oh, too much, I guess. There we go.
So, like, as men, have you guys ever impersonated a woman to send this stuff to a dude?
Oh, and then there's another picture that comes up that I'm not pulling up. I'll put.
You have that one that just shows the like top of it, right?
Top, but it also has a Instagram notification with a name on it. Does that make sense in the screenshot?
Oh, okay.
But hold on. I think the other picture I can zoom in to just the top of it so it doesn't show the bottom.
The only reason we're not going to show this photo he sent is because it's in question whether or not the woman was of age. Right. I'm not taking that risk because it is questionable.
Right. Can you pull that down for a second?
Sorry, boobs. Okay. Oh, you clicked it when
Boom.
I
did. Double teaming it, right?
We're always in sync.
Okay, Matt has never acted like a woman online.
I've never in my life.
I just send pictures of my own, you know.
Right. There we go. Can't see any of the picture.
Look how skinny I was, and I think it was supposed to be a younger photo of the woman, but again, the age of the girl/woman in the photo is in question. I'm going to err on the side of caution and not show it. It's just really weird. It's just really weird. Yeah, I know Mandy's trying to jump on the bandwagon because I misspoke on a stream and then corrected myself, but she didn't watch that far. But Mandy, stop. Do less.
Scotto, does that name look familiar to you? I just sent you that screenshot that I was talking about that has an Instagram notification that just happened to pop up when they took the screenshot. I don't know where these came from, so
I think it is a sock account.
okay. It looks that way. I wasn't sure. Amanda Penis is what it looks like to
Oh,
me.
Tony, I just got your message and I'll see you later.
What would you like next, ma'am?
So I don't know. Should we talk about the women or the financial stuff? I guess we'll talk about the women and then we can have the victims come up and show their screenshots. So Scotto, I think I sent you two screenshots. One is very, 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 very heavily redacted. Wanker's streaming now. Who? Me? Kaiser?
Demon? Or Coded? I think
I know
that
there's
might
so
be it.
many. Oh, thank you, RA, for the Penny Heart Healthy Treat Fund.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm hopeful it'll close. It's small, and they said since it's only on one side, there's a really good shot that it's just gonna close itself up. I refuse to read these ones. Scotto, do your thing.
Uncle Coded tried to send me naked pics, but it's always cold where he's at, or he hasn't any because I don't see anything.
It's a weird thing for a baby to say. Oh no, it gets worse.
Daddy actually tried to be a woman a lot around the house. We listened to the crying game all day and all night.
Oh, cringe. I don't act like a woman online, but I did in jail.
They put a phone in their butt. And they talked about it on stream. I have it.
Oh, did that really happen?
Mm.
That's a nice
Mhm.
break from the demon escapades.
This one you're talking about?
Yep, and then I can actually just overlay the other one.
Right.
So, after I did the original live streams where we talked about these screenshots, and one of them I think we got evidence in real time, which was crazy. I was sent a Discord voice chat, where Irish Demon was very happily showing women's nude photographs that's obviously redacted to shit for their safety and privacy. And so this led to a lot of information coming out. I know these women aren't comfortable coming forward. I'm confident in saying these things because I've seen evidence of it or I've heard the same story from more than one of the women. He had a thing for receiving nude photographs on streams. So this is from a voice chat from September 17th, I believe it is. If you watch that live stream, you can in real time watch him look at his phone and react to the nude photos that he then went into a voice chat and showed a bunch of strangers.
Why?
There's a bunch of clips. I think I emailed them to you, Scotto. I didn't have time to compile them. But, I've been sent a ton of clips of him reacting to his phone on live streams. And after these women all have the same account that he would dare them to send it while he was live. Sometimes he would go off camera and send a photo back. But it seems like a weird fetish thing. But then again, like, do your thing. Okay, that's creepy and weird. To have strangers watch you do that. Whatever. But to then go in a voice chat with strangers and put these women's nude photographs out and degrade them and disparage them the way you have is fucking disgusting. These women trusted you. They feel embarrassed and ashamed. And you have a girl, dude. Your girl trusts you, no? Maybe misplaced. Definitely misplaced, but oh, I didn't see that other
But
one
like
back
to
there.
do that on live on YouTube, it's like you're
Weird.
Right, you're putting your audience through all of this, even though they're not
Unknowingly, without consent.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just weird. Like going off cam, like for real,
Um,
taking
ah,
pics in real time, or like
Scotto, I sent you some screenshots and maybe I'll put them in Discord. I want to read them though. I sent you a lot of screenshots today. Holy crap.
Is it the ones you sent right after this one?
Possibly, yes.
Let's say I
I don't
sent
want to
that.
show them though, because I want to make sure the redactions are tight.
damn Billy, goddamn Billy,
Damn, thank you,
makes
Billy.
right like
Huh? What
oh
happened?
shit. Billy sent this.
Oh, I know money doesn't fix mental health, but if any of his victims need help, let me know. I was mentally abused for years and I have enough money for 7 lifetimes. It's okay to be selfish and cut people out of your life. You have one life and it's all over. Please live it. Thank you, Billy. I think the victims are doing okay. We're gonna have a few of them up tonight. They can reach out to you if they need help. I'm okay. I've survived a lot of things. I've seen a lot of people's true color turn out to be a weird diarrhea color. But I'm gonna be okay. I appreciate that though. It's probably gonna go towards treats for the dog or her vet bills now. Oh, you're gonna have to go back to the beginning. We're already pretty deep here. Why can't I find those ones that I redacted?
Which ones? Which ones? Which ones?
No, I think I just because it was concerning victims. I think oh, there it is.
Okay. I was
I
gonna
sent it
say.
while I was live. He would tell me that other women sent him nudes, but refused to tell me who. These women all reiterated too that he claimed to them that Chloe doesn't have sex with him, which apparently justifies the behavior, and that he claimed that he showed the women's nudes to her. Oh, thank you. Yeah, just cut the fucking whole shit off. That's probably the safest way to do it. I don't know why. Again, I don't know why anyone would want to do any of this. It's very weird and gross to me. I don't think it's acceptable behavior. I don't think it should be happening. I do feel bad for these women. As I have told all of them, they knew that he was engaged. So trusting someone whose partner shouldn't be trusting them, it's probably not a good idea.
Here's a great. I've been saying this for a while. Like we all have actually. Don't send nudes to YouTube, dudes. It's not difficult. Like
Don't, because that's
whether
too
you're
much.
shooting your shot at a openly obvious gay man or like satisfying some level of kink to some potato, and like don't do it because get like they're going to get passed around.
They always do. If anyone has my nudes and would like to pass them around, please tag me. Thank you. My nudes are fire.
And provide criticism, right?
Yeah, if you have tips,
Yeah.
right? There's a guy that's been.
I hope
obsessing
everyone
about-
goes back and pulls that specific stream again. I'll show the picture. You're gonna look for him in this green shirt and with the glasses on. Glasses have reflections. But look up that stream and watch how he reacts to his phone. I had a couple people look through it to pull clips for me, and they were really grossed out by the end of it. Thank goodness the person that had that, like, Apple has the date and stuff that it was saved so that I could find the stream. I have not watched through it. I watched through a couple minutes, and the first time he looked at his phone and bit his lip, I wanted to fucking throw up. Yeah, watch back his streams now knowing that information. It's very alarming.
in a shed and I just don't know it. Like you can't tell. Does anyone know if he streams from a shed now?
When you
Sorry.
called him Irish Jerry, I almost died.
No.
Okay, I have sent invite links to any of the victims that would like to come up. I will post it as well. We've reached that part of our program. Again, there's a lot of evidence here. I'm just going to put it in Discord. This is weird and gross for me to talk about. I mean, I tried to stop being friends with him in 2022. I got manipulated back into this, and now I have to sit here and awkwardly talk about your weird fetish for getting boners on live streams or whatever. Here.
Before the guests come up, is there something you wanted to address? maybe about rumor or
No, I don't.
no? Okay.
Who? Stop fighting with the angry vet in my chat. He's funny. He comes up here and he just
Well,
looks around and be nice to him. Take
try
your
to do
beef
it when the
to him.
chat comes up. Like when a chat gets pulled up and we're like 3 high, I try to like poke up and like or look at who's talking.
I love when he does that. Oh, here we go. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello.
This is Highest Priestess, and from what we were talking about in voice earlier, you paid for his plane tickets.
I had a credit card which would allow me to purchase a ticket and get it for free for me. I mean, the ticket value was $900. I can't tell if this is slow.
We hear you
Okay.
fine. I hear you fine.
Yeah, we hear you.
All right. So when I talked to him originally, I talked to him also about the fact that my family was from Ireland and he was going to go scope out some places and help me with my ancestry. Never did. And then when I consider him sending that Irish letter, the arrest record, it's just crazy that he thinks that he didn't make it up. Somebody else made it up. And it's like, no, I'm pretty sure the demon did it.
So that's one common theme here is that he kind of, whenever it's going to fall on him that he did something, he finds someone to, fuck you, Jeff. He finds someone to scapegoat it to. Like in my situation, he said it was Colin, definitely not Cromwell. It's always someone else. This mythical someone else. Well, so after you paid for his ticket, again, we were talking in voice before this, for transparency. He didn't remember who you were. Oh no, did you die?
Are you muted, priestess? Priestess, come back. She got a
Never let
dog.
go.
Should maybe switch over to another app on our phone.
Maybe. All right. Well, I want to keep moving along here, and I adore you, and thank you for coming up.
Am I
and-
here?
Oh, there you are.
There you go.
Okay,
You're
sorry.
back.
I clicked on something else. So the thing that really bothered me was that he came over to the US like on a whim to go ahead and confront Turtle Boy. He paid for that. Like, you got money to do that, but you don't have money to come here to go see the fight. I'm sure that he
And
probably
like everyone predicted that fight would not happen. That
Yeah.
was so stupid. But
Yeah.
like again, people were talking to me about Glenn Serio and how he tried to do the same thing to come here for Glenn Serio's court date.
Mhm.
That was before my time, but
Yeah. And I would never trust him with a penny. And I don't know if you want to
certainly not
talk
my
about
penny. Nay, nay.
I love Penny.
Oh, were you rubbing her belly, Jeff? All right, rub her
It
belly.
was.
Okay.
Belly pets.
I don't know if
Pat
you
her
want to
head.
talk about the great gift that he wanted to get you for Christmas
Oh
yet.
yeah, when this all started coming out,
A heart?
apparently he had
Yeah.
been messaging a bunch of people connected to me. Do you want to bring up our friend there's screenshots?
I have this one. Let me go in a little bit, which really starts the piece we're talking about down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was talking about the one Summer's one. Sorry, Summer. I don't know
Yeah,
if you want me to
Summers
do
is
that.
different than mine.
Yeah, because then he had to throw in there how he needed car parts and stuff while he was asking people for money for this Christmas gift for me, I
I
guess.
remember that
I would
time.
never give him money. I know that he would keep it and would not go to the person it was supposed to go to. He is on the level of Dan, never showing that any money got donated to anything.
Yep. I wanted to address this. I'm not saying that anything Tav does is right or wrong. I'm saying please don't have arguments in my chat about shit I don't know about. As far as I've seen, my personal experience, which I don't watch the guy's videos, I've only seen him on panels when I've been there, the rarity. He's just been nothing but funny. So if he's in my chat saying hi to people, like, let's not shit down his fucking throat about stuff I don't even know about. That'd be cool. Just take it somewhere else. That's all I'm asking.
There we go.
Yeah,
Just
same.
one.
I already pasted these.
Not
He didn't
sure
even-
on no, this one's different. Not sure on how much shipping would be. If we could get a few people together to chip in, it'd be cheap enough. If I hadn't spent basically all my money the past month on business stuff and car parts, I'd fucking buy it for her in a heartbeat. She deserves it. Oh, priestess, I'm gonna remove you because you cam slipped. It's okay. Yeah, so that's the great harp scam, I guess. I don't know. This is all weird and gross. Scotto, I think you have the screenshots for the next one.
Another summer one.
Frank. Hi, Frank.
Well,
Hello, everybody.
Oh no, you have to turn off your YouTube though.
Got an echo.
Yeah, if you don't turn off your YouTube, then you're gonna have an echo because it's on a delay when YouTube broadcasts it. It's like 10 seconds or something. Okay, I'm gonna read some of these that I've been missing because I'm a jerk. Wrangler. Oh, thank you, Dennis. Oh, that's better.
Okay.
Pistina, this is so harsh. Yeah, this is a rude awakening for sure. The web is forever, no takebacks. And thank you, Palmyra Productions for being here. I never know if I get it right, but I try every time. So Frank has a lot of evidence and information here because you've been talking to John since 2021.
Yeah, I started talking to him back when he was in Australia before he even had 5,000 subs. Because I remember one of the first things he came to me about was he was going to do a 5,000 sub party. It was going to be St. Patrick's Day, and his channel got nuked because he was having a fight with this guy in Flat Earth, Daniel Pratt. So, I've been back and forth with him since then. It's always been something in the back of my mind because I never want to believe the worst about anybody. I always try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But in the past year, I've just been totally overwhelmed by thinking back in the past from, hey, let's get together and I'll buy a bunch of stuff. We'll make these packages and I'll go out and I'll deliver them to all the homeless people. And you're like, oh, that's a great thing. Well, I'll send $50. Then, he's like, I'm gonna video it. I will say one thing, only because you weren't around at that time. With the whole Glen Serio thing, that was him and team.
Well,
That was
I
when
have
he
a
went to
question though.
Teen
Did
Time.
he ever do that? Did he ever actually make home packages for the homeless or whatever he was?
No, he never did that. There's so many things that he said he was going to do, and then he was going to film it and play it. He had that one point where he put in his merch store a Ukraine mug, coffee mug, and he said all the proceeds from that were going to go to the refugees coming from Ukraine into Ireland. And there was never a receipt shown for any of it. And that was kind of around the time when he started complaining about how much money he was spending to get back to Ireland and get the dogs back to Ireland. And
well, so I will say the grifting behavior and the behavior with other women, as far as I've seen, and again, I'll put this stuff in Discord. It goes back to 2021. This all seems like long-term behavior.
Oh, I mean, the first one, and I know I gave the screenshots to Scotto was where he was at Teams and he sent me a Facebook message saying, "Hey, I hate to bother you, but there's this mic I want to buy here, and I don't have enough money to buy it. Is there any way you can front me the money, and then when I get home, I'll be able to send it to you?" And I'm like, okay. And I sent him $250. And not one word ever for it to come back. And
I mean, from the screenshots that you had shown me, which I appreciate that, he scammed you for a lot of money using his mental health and whatever crisis was happening that day,
it was
including when you were in the hospital.
Yeah. I have struggled with my mental health for years. And in the past couple of years, I've been in some very, very dark places. And it seemed like every time I brought something up like that, "Oh, yeah, I was just in the ward. They had to medicate me," or "I haven't left the house in weeks." And it's like, there are times that I felt like I got to one up you, I got to make it sound, or anytime I called him out, there's
I
one.
noticed that in your messages that anytime you said, like, and again, you were in the hospital, anytime you said you were having a tough time, he was always having a worse tough time and he was just suicidal. He was always fresh out of the hospital.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember talking to him, and it was the December he came to see you. Now, I'm about 40 minutes from you. And he told me, "Oh, he found out I was sick." I mean, I literally almost died. And I ended up in, the hospital for a month and rehab for 3 months. He was literally 40 minutes away, called me one of his best mates, and never even thought about coming down here and seeing me.
And I wish I had talked to you at that time because I would have fucking thrown him in the trunk of my car like an animal and made him go down there. Because that's ridiculous. But again, I'm finding that he tried to build these parasocial relationships to get money off of people, and they thought that they were his friends, but he wasn't treating them like friends. He was treating them more like ATMs.
Oh, I mean, I go back to, like, you and I were talking the other day. I went back and did just a quick scan through my PayPal, and I came up with like between $1,300 and $1,500. And that doesn't count the 200 that you bullied him back into giving me.
I did. So there were several points in the past year where people came to me about money they had sent Demon for goods or merchandise or leather work or whatever. And he was not providing them with the items. When I would go to advocate for them, a common response from him was, "You can't please everyone." So Frank did reach out to me last year about that. I did go to Demon and I said, "If you're not going to fucking send him what you said you would, send him his money back now." And he did make that right. But I think that was out of fear that I would publicly expose that he was doing this to people.
Oh,
Again,
yeah. I totally, I mean, I go back to, he wanted me to, there were a couple of times he wanted me to white knight for him. "Oh, they're being mean. They're picking on me."
I did. I lost the comment and I meant to reply to it. This is not a troll, guys. I'm not in here giggling, laughing. I haven't spoken to him since this came out. He is not a master troll. He just pretends to be a lot of women on the internet to talk to men, apparently, and that's trolling. One thing we didn't get into here, but some of it will be in Discord. At one point, he was using an email address to harass that guy, Stan. And when Stan would think it was someone, he would say it to the email, like, "Oh, this is Summer." And then Stan doxed Summer. Demon came into my voice chat when Summer was very upset about it. She's just a commenter. She doesn't have a chance. She's not a content creator. She's not like fair game in any of this shit. He came in and while she was upset was talking about how he was going to save her and make it all better. And at no point did he mention that he was causing it. He caused a lot of innocent people to get doxxed and harassed over his behavior because he was pretending it wasn't him, which is really shitty. But yes, I'm
Yes,
also
I'm also
glad Frank is here.
Yeah, I mean, this is hard for me. I don't have a YouTube channel. I'm not sitting here trying to, kill anybody's channel or anything. I don't know. I don't get involved in any of that. But I think people need to know
Well, you
what
said
I
it to
fell
me
for.
yesterday. You said like I don't want anyone else to end up sending him money, being victimized, feeling like he is your friend, and then he can't even visit you in the hospital.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and there were plenty of times when it was like I'm doing things for him, and then it feels like later on he just kind of blows me off, and I'm struggling mentally, and that can send you down a further rabbit hole that I don't need any pushes to go down.
Yeah, him wielding mental health to manipulate you and not caring what he was doing to your mental health was a lot. Bob Nodals, yes, he nuked his Discord server because I started asking pointed questions in there about the weird online fetish he has. You're gonna have to go back a bit to watch that. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It makes me really sad and grossed out.
Yeah, I'm just, he sent me after Beaver at one point, because Beaver had said something in his chat about him asking for money for his mother's present. And once again, I'm going to go out buy the Demon Army, and then when I give it to her, I'm going to stream it, or at least I'm going to record it and bring it back and stream it for everybody. Nothing happened, and then I'm sitting there after I've been going back and forth with Beaver for an hour, with him prodding me in the back, and I'm like, and then he doesn't follow through on what he did, what he said he was going to do, and I'm like, okay. And then that point was when I was like, oh no, I'm done. I am totally done. That was at the first point I think I talked to you, and I had talked to Beaver. I like going to lives. I like talking to people. I'm not.
No, commenters are here for entertainment. They're not here as ATMs. That's not.
Oh yeah, and I don't like. Here's the thing: it's like when I go to a live, like I come here. If I'm passing out a super chat, it's because I want to assist the channel, but I also enjoy the entertainment. I mean, because yeah, you shitting on Kaiser is a lot of fun to watch. But it's like now I'm sitting here going, since you asked me, what was it? I think Tuesday, if I wanted to come on, I've been going back and forth going, oh man, maybe I should give him the benefit of the doubt. And now I'm sitting there going, no, I can't give him the benefit of the doubt because he's proven me wrong time and time and time again. And whether anybody wants to say it or not, or, you don't need to tell me I don't need to feel this way. But yeah, he made me feel stupid because I kept falling for his BS. And honestly,
anyone that's ever been suicidal, when someone's constantly coming to you saying they're in a state of mental turmoil and thinking about killing themselves, like, yeah, you're going to help them. That doesn't make you stupid. It makes you a decent person. What's stupid is that he weaponized your kindness against you in such a way.
Oh yeah, I mean, he totally did. And honestly, if he's sitting in the chat right now, I would dare him to come up here and deny this stuff to my face.
He won't deny it. He'll probably do what he did in my Discord and apologize for what he's been caught on. And then probably cry.
Yeah, well,
he's not in the chat. I just tried to tag him.
So, well, who knows? He has hundreds of fucking soft accounts.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. I don't believe in any way, shape, or form that he's not listening right now.
I hope he is. I hope he understands how fucking disappointed I am and everyone else is in his behavior.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for coming up, Frank. I'm happy you're here.
Welcome. I'm happy to be here. And Scotto's got a bunch of
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna throw all the
screenshots and
Discord.
stuff. You know,
Yeah, I don't
I
have
don't
the
have the
time
time.
on this show to show all the screenshots. But they will be in Discord. Frank provided a ton of evidence. And I'm
Yes, a
really
lot.
sorry that he took advantage of you for so long. But I'm happy now
Happy
that
now that
not
that's
going to
not going to
continue.
continue. Nope, not going to continue, and I'll be better for it. So, thank you for giving me the platform, Scotto. Jeff, I think your name is. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for
Okay.
coming up. Seriously.
All right, you're welcome, and I hope to talk to you all again soon.
Of
Right, have a
course.
good
We'll
night.
be around.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
It's pretty fucking shitty when someone's dying in the hospital to grift them for money, isn't it? Hello, you're on the air. Please don't porn bomb me. I didn't even check your account, so that's a possibility. Shit.
No,
It's me.
Okay.
you're good. We're good unless it's a fake, right?
It's me.
What's up, Angel
Um,
Gamer?
So, I too have known demons since back in the flat Earth debunker days. He came up on a IRL friend of mine's stream, who is a larger creator, and we talked a lot, and then I started to follow him. I was there when he was got his channel demonetized back in 2021 for sending basically a YouTuber told Demon that he should self-delete, and Demon took that very hard and said some of the stuff back to him, and Demon's channel got shut down, and immediately he started asking for money because his channel was demonetized, and it was like how he was supporting himself in Australia and stuff is how he made it sound. I super chatted. I sent money through PayPal. I can't see my PayPal history back to that point. But I, over the last, 3 years, I've probably sent him not very much, but probably close to $400, I would say, in super chats and PayPals. And it was for one thing or another, like you said, there was always plans to do a stream that was about, giving back to people, or a stream about when Glenn Serio was arrested. He was really mean to the police that arrested him. And so Demon had us all pitch in to buy the officers there a gift basket. There's all this kind of stuff that he would come up with. And that one he did actually end up filming and showing. So I thought he was for real. But then there was all these other things that would come up about getting his dogs back to Ireland from Australia. And I sent money for that. And, the shipping costs of sending his dogs back. And, I love animals, and that was hard for me. He didn't want to leave them behind in Australia. So of course I send a donation. And then, Demon and I have had conversations.
Oh my God, since I'm smiling at my phone, I'm so sorry. Since I'm traumatized now, knowing what Demon was doing on streams, Kate sent me a cute text. I wasn't looking at nudes. I was responding to my friend being adorable. Sorry, guys. I just realized I was smiling at my phone, and I was like, no.
And if you go off camera, we'll just be wondering if you just did a line of coke now and stuff. But
yes, I will say, while looking for clips of him reacting to nudes on his phone, some other clips have come to light that are, it seemed like he went off and did a line of coke on that one. I'm not even gonna front. I think anyone that watches that will think the same thing.
He came back and his face was twitching, his eyes.
He kept going like,
yeah, and like wiping his nose.
The lizard thing with his mouth. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, like, I'm not out a lot of money, but I also have told him before that I'm on disability. I'm on a fixed income, and I did fall for the parasocial relationship.
that's the saddest part. A lot of these people are on disability. Frank was whole ass in the hospital dying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if someone is facing death, they don't need to send you $250.
Yeah.
They just don't. And nor should you be weaponizing mental health in such a way. It's
Yeah.
so egregious. I just can't.
I mean, I was super chatting him even when my dad was dying. And, you know, I fell for it. I'm the sucker. It's my fault. I'm not like...
No, you were in a vulnerable position. You were preyed on by someone who has chronically manipulated people for his own benefit.
Yeah. And, you know, at some point when I was watching his streams, it felt like he wouldn't recognize my comments and things unless I sent in super chats. And so he wouldn't, you know, talk back to people unless they were super chatting him. And that's another thing that I fell for. And, you know, I appreciate you. I only know about you because of Demon, to be fair, because I was one of his followers before I found you. It just seemed like at one point he started to ignore my chats and unless they came through a super chat.
I came into contact with Frank because he had given Demon money and then would not answer his messages. He only started responding after I reached out to him and was like, you need to make this right or I'm going to fucking call you out for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's that kind of behavior.
It's just all
what was
terrible.
I going to say? I also have ADHD and a little bit of autism too, so.
I love that you're here and you still hate me. It actually excites me almost as excited as Demon gets looking at nudes while you all watch him on live stream. But he has been invited. He won't. I think that goes against the strategy that he's planning to try. He's already been telling people he's going to pivot back to flat Earth. Apparently, this sphere is toxic. Not his behavior. No, we're all toxic because we're calling it out now.
The globe is toxic, so he's going to be a flat earther, apparently.
It's just, I didn't want to have to do this. Anyone that's talked to me in the past couple days, I didn't want to have to do this. It's just people trust me with stuff.
Yeah.
And I obviously have to present it because this isn't right. What happened to those women isn't right. What happened to Frank? What happened to everyone he's done this to? There's so many people that I've talked to that don't feel comfortable coming on this stream that he's gotten thousands of dollars from by lying to their faces and then ignores them if they stop sending money. It's fucking gross. It's really gross. But okay, I'm going to invite some old friends up and see what their take on all of this is. But thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Mammy's fucking birthday, bruh. And then look, the JL, I'm so sorry to drop this all in your lap. We never got to touch base before this. I tried to warn everyone so they weren't too shocked by it.
All I was going to say to start is, listen, I heard the comment about not sending nudes to YouTubers. Come on, you can't cut us all off like that. Some of us are good, decent, non-sharing YouTubers. Well, I could hardly call myself a tuber, not putting up much content. But yeah, I heard that and I laughed. I thought it was funny. It's like, come on. Some of us are
that's
just
in relation to Kimmy, Wrangler's pretend wife. She sent a bunch of YouTubers her hairy nudes.
Including Scotto, who clearly doesn't swing that way at all.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. It's like
no game.
And Wrangler was like 36 on the list, and he settled, or he was eager to jump at all 12.
JL, I can hear your fan, but I can't hear you. Oh shit! Look at him sitting on all these beards. What's up?
Kimmy's gaydar definitely is broken. It's seeking parts right now. Obviously,
Wait, I need to make sure JL's okay. JL, are you okay? This is a lot.
He's being held at electric razor tip. Tell us what you know.
Oh no, JL.
JL, you're not coming through if it's your mic might be roboting weird.
All right, I'm gonna put you backstage. Just comment in the private chat when you fix it, okay? Hi, Tony.
Hello. How are you guys?
No bueno.
Well, Yeah, it's very difficult hearing the stories, and I guess Hill Pirate made a comment that I should have picked up on earlier, and I kind of did, but I didn't really put it together as succinctly as he did, which is that if you are actively associating and flaunting your 1%er associations, then there's a very good chance that you have participated in criminal acts, that you have criminal affiliations. And I feel somewhat responsible because I was one of the first guests on Irish Demon's channel and sort of one of the four beardsmen, so helped him reach a larger audience, which he seems to have been exploiting. But there's one of the things that we all need to realize is that audiences are not piggy banks, right? If you're a YouTuber, yes, these people are paying you for content, but they don't owe you money. They don't have to pull you out of a tight financial spot. If you find yourself in a tight financial spot, it's not the duty of your watchers to get you out of it.
And if somebody is constantly in some sort of crisis and they need money to solve it, like, you're getting conned.
Yeah. And also, sorry, I didn't mean to.
I just wanted to say, Tony, I know you're saying you should have picked up on it, but he spun it completely. When I asked him about it, he said, well, no, it's different in Ireland or Australia, one or the other. And he said the 1%er there doesn't mean criminal organization. And I was like, well, there's Hell's Angels everywhere. Like 1% is 1%.
Well, Tony, the good news is even if you had told him that you wanted to stop talking to him, what he would do is make a bunch of sock accounts and harass you around the internet until you'd be his friend again. So,
well, he didn't do that to me. So, I mean, I didn't really.
Have you tried sitting to pee? He might do it if you sit to pee.
Okay, all right. That might be it. But the sexual exploitation, the betrayal of trust, the manipulation of mental health issues,
and I will say, after I mentioned in his Discord about the women, his Discord was nuked, and then he sent someone else to tell people associated with some of the women that he was in the hospital after a suicide attempt. But now I have screenshots from so many people of different stories. Either he's at home and his electronics are taken away, or he's in the hospital, or he was in the hospital and now he's home, or like he wrote notes and then in one of them he made videos. Like, if you're gonna do this shit, like, fucking at least keep your story straight. It's ridiculous.
Well,
this is a YouTube audience made of piggy banks.
Yeah, it's a the relationship between a creator and an audience is a difficult one to sort of get to grips with. But this has been a manipulation on every level.
Yeah, cozying up to people that you knew would give you money and constantly going to them only when you are distressed. You're not there for them. They're only ever there for you. That's not a friendship. You're using them. And you're using people that are in the hospital and on fixed incomes. And he didn't care.
Well, I think we're missing the point, the more sinister point. The chap that was on here earlier, Demon always made a big point about how he wouldn't be pushed around, how he was, he was very belligerent about, setting out his stall and defending it and, confronting people. But it turns out that he was using proxies with mental health issues to go and pick fights with Beaver because Beaver dared to point out some of his problems.
He was weaponizing people against you, Beav.
So
I got that message back then, so I knew about that. Please go tell Beaver that I'm not a horrible human. Argue with him in my comments.
And to be brutally honest, if you have to do that, like
then you're in the wrong.
then you're in the wrong. Or there are two possibilities. Either you're in the wrong, the person who's criticizing you has something to say, or you're in the situation that I'm in with Coded. Coded makes videos about me. He makes live streams where he talks about me. I don't give a shit. I don't watch them, even though he puts me in the titles and in the tags so that it shows up in my YouTube notifications. I don't care, mate. Just fuck off. Say whatever you want about me. I don't care. And if anyone believes you, that's on them.
Well, I hate this thing that so now it's come out about Demon, right? And everyone's like, oh, then everyone he exposed isn't bad. Like, no. They can all be shitbirds, guys. They can fly together.
That's the other thing. Like, just because Irish Demon turns out to be a toxic fuckbag doesn't mean that anybody else he's criticized hasn't been a toxic fuckbag. That's not how anything works.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
This is what you
I wish
always gotta
JL was
remember.
back. Has he still been abducted by a plane?
Low-flying planes will do that,
It's the drones.
Actually,
I've seen a lot about
it sounded like a ghost. It sounded like a ghost.
Oh, there he is. Okay, hold on, everyone. JL, I need to hear your thoughts on all this.
So
is my thought too.
So I'm doing my best to try and be as objective as possible, because my gut reaction to this is in no way a positive one. My focus is I want to maintain my focus on the people that have been hurt, the people who have been taken advantage of, the potential harm that could have been caused by these things. Obviously, as Tony expressed, there's a betrayal of trust there.
Well, one of the ways I think of it is how lucky we were when. So it was proposed that we do a fundraiser, a 24-hour live stream.
I remember that.
Yeah, for a very worthy charity, and we were extremely lucky because Johnny O, the plot hole, said, "Okay, we need to do receipts. We need to do the paperwork on this. We need to make sure that we're accountable and we can tell everybody where every cent went." And Johnny O was all over that, which I'm very grateful for. In that sense, we were quite lucky that Johnny was on the ball and sort of willing to do that, because if we'd let Irish get his hands on that, it might have gone very differently. It certainly seems like he's very.
The saddest part of the Frank screenshots is he was in the hospital for some time. He had sent John a photo when he was first able to sit up in the hospital, and John heart reacted to it. And then the next message was about his mental health and how he needs money.
Yeah. It's interesting to me because I didn't receive those messages. Right. And I would, we did.
I received a lot of stuff about his mental health. It was anytime I tried to press him on something that he was doing, or like when Frank and other people would come to me and say, hey, he grifted me, I need my money back. That's when I would hear his mental health's bad, or his car's broken down or whatever. There was always some crisis that negated the behavior somehow in his mind.
I can't remember, by the way, on the Frank story either, but maybe you mentioned it. I can't remember, but I don't believe he bought that microphone he was going to buy with that money.
No, he never did.
That's right.
One thing,
I think at one point he was raising money for a camera as well and did not purchase it or something to that effect. There's been a few of them.
One thing that's kind of popped up, because I'm watching the chat as well, and I want to make sure that people understand this, is that I personally was never victimized by Irish Demon. He never. I don't count myself as a victim of that. Okay, there are people out there that he has done measurable harm to. Okay, there's situations that he has created that have opened the door to people really getting hurt. Okay, I myself don't count myself as a victim. I count myself, as someone who who to a degree trusted another individual, who has met that individual, who has engaged with an individual extensively, and then it turns out that the veneer that I was getting is not really who that person was. That this is something that happens to, it happens all the time. People are not who people can turn out to not be who you think they are, and it happens. Given that this has been
people like this are good at manipulating everything.
Right.
So like, even if you see who they are, a glimpse of it,
Hmm.
they spin it right back around anyway.
But he never victimized me. He never got anything out of me. But then again, he never asked me for anything. So we made content together. We did some things together. But there was a point in time where he kind of dropped off, started doing his own thing. And then, PSG Tony and Johnny and I, we were doing our own thing. So it happens, but I'm shocked by to the degree. This is like, it's kind of like, I don't want to equate it to like the neighbor of Jeffrey Dahmer. It's kind of like, or
He
people
seemed
who
like
live
such a great guy.
people who live next to serial killers. It's kind of like, I never would have expected, but then again, they weren't looking for it. Okay. They weren't saying, where's the bad guys and looking for them. It's not my impulse to immediately like meet somebody and go like, what's wrong with them? That's not our impulse. I'm an empathetic human being. So no,
Yeah.
I'm surprised by it. If I were to see Irish, my first question would be, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
The giveaway for me moment was the moment when I wasn't like, it wasn't a moment where I decided I didn't like him, because it wasn't a reason not to like him, but it's I knew that he didn't want to be my friend or anything like that. And I've said this. Well, yeah, he was being super fake. So I'd come on the beardsmen or the 4 beardsmen, or I'd come on Johnny, the plot hole, and Demon would be there. And you guys might even remember some of this. He would be laughing and, Beaver, I sent you something. I sent you a DM in Discord, ha, 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 laughing. And he was just doing like that. And it was almost over the top, to be honest with you, when you think back on it. But then at the end, during the stream, he'd be like, oh, as soon as the stream is done, you got to hit me up. We're going to have to stream sometime. We're going to, we'll have to do something together. And he'd be like, no, for sure. Hit me up. And I did that a few times. I'd hit him up right after the stream. He would never effing respond ever. So like during the stream, he was like master of ceremonies, friend of everyone. But then as soon as the stream ended, he literally was just like, unless he needed something, he didn't need to talk to you. And so for me, I was just like, I know what I'm getting shit on. So eventually I was just like, that's fine. And that was kind of about the same time. I don't want to speak for anybody else, but I believe that was around the same time that Team Skeptic was kind of like starting to be like at the same, as well. So because he noticed
Skeptic
patterns as well.
Warned me, like Team and Kate, you guys were right. I'm stupid.
Team never warned me, but then again, it was really nothing to warn like that. But I got the sense. Go ahead.
All I was going to say is, in her defense, Team, and again, I don't want to speak for somebody else. Team speaks for himself just fine. But if I remember correctly, Team liked Demon. Demon seemed like a cool guy. But when when there's these little things, including, there was a habit of starting streams at the same time as Team Skeptic and stuff, which was common enough that it wasn't fucking natural. That was the thing. It was purposeful. And by the way, I believe he even told somebody and said to somebody that like, this is what I'm doing. I'm basically doing it at the same time as him.
But why?
So it was because he thought it would give
Team wouldn't talk to him or whatever.
Well, but it would also give him an algorithm boost, because Team's a big, a big player in the scene, and it pulls everybody in. And then if you're there, that's why there is strategy. Like one of the things we were trying to do for a long time would be like, Team put out a video at 2, I put out a video at 3 or whatever, or 2:30 even. You try to be right on the wave after the big boy comes through.
Yeah, okay.
And so, yeah.
Where's Johnny-O? I heard Johnny-O's commenting, but I don't see him. Johnny-O.
I'm probably talking to him.
I think he got ran into. Like he ran into something that he had to deal with at home. So I didn't think. I don't know if he was going to be able to be here. But I messaged him to see.
You should come up, or I'm going to be with something you have to deal with. So
I think some of us got lucky because I always kind of have an issue, and I know that this goes deeper. This is how kind of like out of the loop I am regarding this. Is why it kind of hit me like a truck. All this stuff going on is because I started kind of like. Well, actually, he kind of distanced himself from me, and that was fine. I figured his channel was getting so big, people grow apart, whatever. I didn't have a problem with it. He was doing his own thing. But I was kind of like, I personally always kind of had, and I'm not a fan of what you would call, what people would label as e-begging. I don't do it on my channel. If people are going to support, they can't support. I don't expect people to do so. The option is there if they like, but I just, it's a personal thing. And I just don't, it always felt kind of skeevy to me. So I just personally don't do it. And it's just a personal, preference.
Well, see,
And
I
I
tried
felt
to
that he
walk
was,
away, and then I had a sock account army after me until I would talk to him again.
and I think that was,
The fact that he admitted that to people, like the fact that you were like, yeah, no, I did that to her, but we're okay now. Like
So-
that
so
isn't
this
wicked
is-
fucked up.
this is where I kind of fall off, because I was kind of, the separation was there. I think he was like, the way he was running his channel, it felt very trollish. I actually brought this up to Johnny O one time. I think I brought it up to Tony one time. I was beginning to lose a sense of where the real demon was, and where the real guy was, and where all the trolling was. Like how much of this is a bit. And I was losing a sense of that. And when you lose a sense of that, you're kind of like, I don't know if I want to get embroiled in this, because I could get drawn into something that I'm not expecting. So I'm kind of like, I'm good with that. But with you,
Oh, it's not even third party, McKenna. It was all him. All the accounts were him.
but you got drawn in. But I'm not even up on all the details. Like what the literal fuck would possess this?
Beaver just falls off laughing when you.
What?
No, I was
the fuck
thinking
would
about
possess
whether or
this-
not he jerked himself off in those messages too. Like, oh, demon, he just wants you. He wants to talk to you. His dick is 8 feet long.
Now that shit is burnt in my brain, dude. Come on. So what the fuck would possess him to go to that extreme with you?
I don't know. But Kate pointed it out to me. She was like, "Oh, you sweet little autistic bitch. Like if you go to someone and they say they can make the troll account stop, if it's actually different people, you'll have like 25%-ish that'll keep going even when you tell them to stop. If all the accounts stop, that means it was all the same person." And I was like, I never
That's-
fucking thought of that.
I wouldn't have thought of that either. That's genius level. Yeah, you're right. She's right.
It was just really weird, and it went on for so long. And since we had started talking again, I had mentioned to him numerous times like how terrible that was when that was going on, because it was months. And he was like, yeah, some people are just really fucked in the head, and it was him.
Right. And this again is shows a level of obsession and commitment that speaks to a mental health issue. That being said, mental health is not an excuse for this sort of behavior. It isn't an excuse for Mandy. It isn't an excuse for Demon. And he always wielded it like it was an excuse. Oh, I've got ADHD. Oh, I'm this,
depressed.
that, or
My
the
car
other.
broke down. My dog looks like a gerbil.
It was just an attempt to exculpate himself, to absolve himself of any blame for his actions, and sort of it showed very much with the real life vigilantism that he did, and sort of his crusade against Coded and his subscribers, which was a form of online vigilantism. He had and the money that was super chatted to him, the money that was given to him, was supporting these activities. He was taking other people's money and he was using it for purposes that they didn't intend or want it to be used for. So it was a manipulation and it was a betrayal on every single level.
He was using that money to fill the gas tanks of the girls in every city he visits.
That's so another thing I heard is he apparently was bragging to these women that he was seeing a woman in England when he was going over to visit Limey. I don't have confirmation of that. I've had more than one woman say that to me. They're not connected to each other, so I don't know how they would both know that unless he said it.
Right.
Which is ugh.
Like, as someone who does struggle with like PTSD and shit, like not something that I ever talk about. Like, And
No,
to
when I tried to kill myself, no one knew. I was talking to my friend about this when he was over the other day. He was like, I knew you were sad. I didn't know how bad it was. Like, you don't run around to people on Facebook Messenger like, hey, I'm suicidal again, but I really want to buy this. Like,
right,
Sorry.
like I still have people that like will deny the fact that like I was so like days away, like in my life, like family members
Everybody's a
that
little
call
different,
me
right?
every day. It's
Yeah, it's I mean, you know, I've had sort of the same experience. You know, I had a suicide attempt in my history, and it took everybody by surprise because you don't externalize it, you don't wield it. It's you know, what's more important to you in that moment is that the pain just stops. And you know, it's not a vehicle for getting attention. It's not a vehicle for getting help. It's
like
a
never when I was in the darkest spot there and I had it in my head, like, I'm gonna kill myself today. I never thought to hit up internet strangers
yeah.
and try to get money off of them about it. Like, that's, and like,
Right.
again, you guys, like, everyone out there, identify these behaviors. If someone's constantly in a state of mental health turmoil and they need money to fix it, like, and a lot of the times he wasn't asking for money directly. He was like, oh, I need to buy this and I don't have the money and I've been so depressed. And like, come on, dude, stop it.
I'm so I'm gonna kill myself, but if I could have a 4090, I might not.
Yeah.
Get an NVIDIA 4090.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry, it's
totally
not to
gonna
be made
die
fun
if
of
I
or
don't
made
get this
jokes of,
money.
but
Like, no,
it's
he made
so
it a
weird.
joke. He made it a mockery to everyone that's actually struggled because he's been using it for financial gain and to manipulate vulnerable people.
Yeah, and that is the you know, that to me is the crux of it. Hearing, you know, a guy with very serious health issues and very serious mental health issues, and you know, I'm sorry to say I've completely forgotten his name.
Frank.
Frank,
Right.
and you know, Angel Gamer's story and Highest Priestess's story. You know, it's and these are a small section of the people that he has taken advantage from and whose existence he has made much harder. And I want to. We talked with team about this, and there's a reason the team doesn't do live streams, and it's because he doesn't want people to feel obligated to super chat to him. And because he noticed that he was getting lots of super chats, and he and he was going, these people don't owe me that money. You know, they have other uses for that money. So I'm going to rely on the ad revenue. And
Well, like
maybe
when
some
someone's in the
sympathy.
hospital, like,
Yep.
how the fuck are you going to ask someone for money when they're in the hospital fighting for their life?
Yeah, exactly. And this is the difference in mindset between team and Irish. And you know, it's
Team
just
isn't a piece of shit.
team isn't a piece of shit. Yes. But you know, Irish seems to view himself as entitled to the generosity of those people he can emotionally manipulate, and that isn't true. They can choose to give you gifts, but you should be immensely grateful when they do, not treat
Well,
it
but
like it's
he spent
something.
like long periods of time cultivating this parasocial relationship where he could just go to them and say, oh, you know, I'm so depressed and I saw this thing I wanted at the store, and they would fall for it because they felt like they were friends. They thought that it would help him. It's just fucking gross. You preyed on people's kindness for money. Get a fucking job, dude. Having a job is awesome. Like, get your head out of all this shit. If you get this deep into the internet that you're just being a fucking shitbag, walk away. You can't sit there and go after Mandy and Coded and say their mental health's negatively affecting people when you're doing the same thing and you're blaming it all on mental health. So,
Yeah, and it's just using mental health as an excuse, as a crutch, to justify your behavior rather than taking accountability and reforming your behavior. You know, he kept on doing things that would. With the vigilante stuff, he kept on escalating. With the confrontations with Coded, he kept on escalating. He would just not know when to stop and not know when to say, look, this is just a line, and I shouldn't cross this line. He was willing to cross any line because he thought in his Batman mindset that even though he was crossing a line, it was justified. It really seems that he's got a psychological issue with pushing boundaries, with risk taking.
And he has this savior complex. Like a lot of these situations are he started the fire and then he comes in and puts it out and is like, look, I saved you. It's like, but you started the fire in the first place.
Yeah.
Given the things that I've heard tonight, I wouldn't even go so far as that. I would simply that there may have been some underlying issues there. And like I said, I'm not going to try and diagnose somebody over the internet or something. No. But
I'm diagnosing him with 100% case of get a fucking job and get off the internet. That's what I'm diagnosing him with.
From the victim statements and from what I know personally, from having personally interacted with him, met him multiple times, having worked with him, I'm simply going to say it may be a case of one of those individuals whose underlying issues were exacerbated by being on the internet and becoming kind of a public figure on the internet.
When I was going over this stuff with Kate, she was like, a lot of this is like stuff Turtle Boy would do back in the day. He always had fake accounts of women. He did the sexting thing on live streams. Like a lot of it's similar behavior. And when you're starting to have similar shit with Turtle Boy, just go.
Yeah.
Holy shit, run.
And I'm not sure, I'm not sure how many warning signs there were when we were doing the Beardsman. It sounds like a lot of the things that people picked up on were after the Beardsman had stopped.
Well, and it feels like over time, as he was pushed more publicly about the behavior, he started doing more privately. That's when he started sliding in people's DMs and doing it. But I think that was, again, after Beaver started saying stuff that he started going more private, which made it more insidious because now he's preying on these vulnerable people and no one's calling him on it because they don't know about it.
Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else, but I'm really kind of aggravated because I always seen Beaver as kind of like my innocent little Canadian little brother, and I'm literally annoyed that like he went after Beaver. It just irrationally aggravates the shit out of me. It's like,
I mean,
come after me, come after T, come after Tony.
There's different ways of going after Beaver, like
yeah.
This
works in lots of. This is like a multi-level joke at this point.
Is that the real Chili? Is it?
I don't have the ability to check.
Hold on, let's see. Did he just say that? Because if I can't see him, it's not. When did he just say that in the chat?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is because I can't see him.
Hi, Chili. Can I just tell you, I appreciate when you sued Kate that you made sure you used screenshots where I looked really good. Thank you.
Chili, you should sue that hammer if you're going to sue anybody, bud.
There's got to be a better way.
I don't know. That just
again, this gets back to the fact as big a douchebag as Irish Demon is, has been shown to be. That doesn't make Chili sane. It doesn't make Chili suddenly legally knowledgeable. It doesn't make Coded a nice person. It doesn't make anyone that Irish Demon criticized. We can re-examine Irish Demon's claims and see if the evidence is sufficient to support his claims. But in the case of Chili,
at this point, it's just a Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what's been all over my Discord is everyone pointing. I just want to say, Goofus Maximus, I don't control any of the people in my chat. I don't even really have people moderating people in my chat unless it's toss violations. I'm sorry they weren't nice to you. I'm not trying to gain admirers. I'm actually trying to get as many people to hate me as possible. I don't know if you've heard, but I'm an internet villain now.
That just means you're winning. That's all that means in YouTube terms. If you have people that hate you,
stop.
You're either really bad or you're winning.
Okay, hold on. I have to grift like Irish Demon. Thank you, Nekais. That's that 420 is going to go towards my car parts. Thank you, Dennis the Menace. I just wanted to let you know I was really depressed. This $2 Canadian really helped me. Dude, I can't even do it. I can't even do it. I'm trying. East Coast Audits, thank you for the 5 gifted Shiz Happens membership. Miss Matt Cal is up to date on her blackmail payments. Thank you. Chef Hartzell, for someone who is attempted and still struggles to this day with mental health, it bothers me a lot to hear that someone is using it as a weapon for their own gain. You are wonderful. I'm garbage, but it is really shitty to use mental health for your gain, whether it be attention, money, whatever. My internet is lagging, so I'm late. About 1%ers. I also figured it was a foreign thing to be so vocal about it. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
What a pogue. What a pogue. This shit made me laugh so hard when I read it. That means person other than Grunt, and basically calling him a bish.
I didn't know what that
woman
means.
calling you a bish.
I thought it was Prague's cousin.
I thought it was one of a band.
AJ said jail was fun to meet when I met him.
Her next one, she talks about being a veteran. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know veteran stuff. I just support all the veteran dudes on YouTube.
Yes. What's up to AJ? Because that was a blast. Going down there to confront Chili down in Tahlequah. That was a really, really fun afternoon.
I haven't gotten to talk to Chili. I feel like me and Chili would be cool. I think we'd be able to have a conversation.
Again, I actively discourage physical confrontations between adversaries.
Yeah, if you're going to meet up with an adversary, get apps.
I just think that it can go badly. People can lose their cool.
I went there for a conversation. He was the one who escalated it.
Okay. I think that he wouldn't have had the opportunity if you hadn't have gone.
I think we're literally learning.
He was in his reacting to everything we say about him phase, but he's since moved on. It's good. It's been good for his mental health.
Chili has grown a lot. I said on Masshole back then, and I'll say now, I hope that everyone finds a peaceful life for themselves. It seems he's a bit more peaceful. So I do like that for him. Thank you, Simone, for 5 gifted memberships. Frank Perry, thank you so much for coming up. People who are looking to self-delete, if they are talking about it, they are looking for attention. It's when they get quiet, you need to worry. Yeah. I agree with that. Not always, but yeah, most of the time. Does anyone know if the money collected for Limey made it to the family? I don't know. So a lot of stuff has come into question now because he did have that alternate Facebook. If he was manufacturing messages like the ones he used for Dan and all that. So I don't know at this juncture. I hope it did. I hope it doesn't go that far. Not everyone checking out withdrawals first. Damn. Not everyone checking out withdrawals first. Oh, like, yeah, they don't announce it. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Use my thinker. Thank you for talking about this. I'm Gen X, disabled vet, AI disease, newly diagnosed neurodivergent, and a suicide survivor. Talking about it was the hardest part of my healing process.
Well, I think it's important to realize, one of the things about depression is that or suicidal ideations is that they're incredibly isolating. You feel like you're on your own. And it's only if you're fortunate enough to make it out the other side that you realize that there are a lot of people out there who are actually invested in helping you, and there are a lot of services that are available for your support. And you shouldn't feel like you're a burden. You shouldn't feel like you're no one wants to listen to your problems. Anybody, any reasonable person will be happy to listen to you. It's not a big deal.
And staying here is always the best option. Suicide doesn't end your pain; it disperses it to everyone who loved you.
It's a permanent solution to what are most likely temporary problems. But it's important for everybody to know that there is support out there and that they can access it. There are resources that are available online. And also there's a lot of, in the past, there's been a lot of stigma associated with mental health, and it's something of a betrayal to have mental health abused and manipulated and wielded, weaponized in the way that Irish Demon has done, because it's
So depressed on live stream. Send me your titties, son.
well, that that
I'm
will
sick of
cheer.
seeing everyone naked. I'm so
Right.
sick of it. Stop it, Jeff. I'm so sick of everyone naked. I don't want to see it anymore. Please stop doing it.
No.
Just trying to
and-
help you with your problem. Like,
Yeah.
said you were depressed.
So you were going to breastfeed me? Okay. Actually, $250 for a microphone would really help. Thanks.
Okay.
Dude, reading through those messages, I was like, because reading it, you're like, oh my God, I feel so bad for the guy. And then he like slips in what he needs money for. And you're like, son of a bitch. Like, you had me in the first half.
Yes. And I mean, he was a lot more skillful at manipulation than Welsh News Network. Welsh News Network was quite obvious. And I've
Well, the
made
problem
that
is
point.
he has personality. He has charisma that Dan
Yeah.
lacked. If Dan had that charisma, he would be a more effective piece of shit.
Yeah.
So you don't want to see that, Colin. I'm a but his body. Everything but his body. So you don't want to see that, man.
Citation needed, sir. Citation needed.
Bro,
this don't
I'd sit
work
on
in-
your lap. I'd sit on your face. We could do the rotation. It's fine. Jesus. I send nudes to myself and then I ghost myself. Oh, I'm glad we
Again,
got
I
to
feel
end
the
this.
need to remind Mile High that there are mental health resources that can help with that as well. So
611, isn't it?
if you're
they
in
made a
an
new number
abusive
in the
relationship
US.
with yourself,
Dude, since COVID, if your whole life is online, I have good news for you. You can also do therapy online too.
you can.
I like going to the therapist's office though, because it smells like potpourri in there.
I do virtual.
Do you?
I don't want to drive to Pittsburgh. Like, fuck all that.
I just like seeing the facial reaction to my bullshit.
Oh, well, I can still get that through video.
Oh, true. But do you get nudes while you do it?
No, she's not really. I think she's married and I'm married, like happily.
Oh, when has that stopped anyone?
That's right. Right?
Dude, this shit goes back to Gen times, which is sad. 2021, like, how many bitches you can do this stuff to? Ugh.
I don't even. Well, no.
I think I can fix him.
I think you could be the one. If only he got the money for that microphone, then you guys' relationship would be better.
I can fix him.
But my CDs are in his car.
I have to like. I don't know. This is heavy. Like,
how am I? Wait, who told that joke again? That's right. It's like I can't leave him.
I can't break up with
leave
him.
him.
My CDs are in his car.
You don't understand, Alyssa. I can't leave him. He has all of my CDs in his truck.
take me years to rebuild that collection. Jesus.
Oh my God, I remember that.
To any of the women involved, I know I'm making jokes about it, but I know it's like traumatic for you or whatever. Again, I've said to all of you, you knew he was engaged. You shouldn't have trusted this man. It's still really shitty what he did to you, and it's against Irish law. Just so you know.
Yeah, this is the other thing that sort of that did strike me was. So he has his fair. So he talked about trolling people.
Yeah. Imagine waiting 3 months to get a nude in World War II.
And everybody in the post office saw it already.
Right? Oh no.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, at least
what the hell kind of nude
is better than a Discord voice, I guess.
Hey, listen, she spent 35 minutes in front of that camera in that same pose to get that, okay?
What the hell? What the hell kind of nude is that? Beep 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 beep.
Morse nude.
Oh my God!
The camera catches the shadow moving through the door. Like
there was this thing. There was this technology called snail mail. JL, you.
No, they put the nudes on a carrier pigeon, slapped it in the ass, sent it overseas. Well, I'm glad we got
The
to
real
end on a
ponies
higher
for
note.
us.
This has been really shitty. I never want to have to do this again. If any of you on here plan on being scumbags in the future, I'm gonna butt fuck you. And not in the fun way, in the dry way that hurts and bleeds.
She would say that.
I would do it too. That's why I said it.
She knew when she said that some people on this panel might enjoy that. So she's like rephrasing initiated.
Well, I would only do it for pleasure if it was Scotto, obviously, but he would never be a bad person.
Who says it's just Scotto? We all like to party, okay? Shiz, don't be such a discriminatory
Whoa.
person.
I'm not discriminating. I'm not kink shaming. I'm just
people can do whatever they want.
Unless you're furry.
Denying.
The thing that's
Yeah.
occupying my mind the most about the whole thing is where do we go from here in this respect? And all I can do is all the people who are victimized, the people who found themselves, taken advantage of, and the people who are harmed in this, that we can give them our support and everything. But as a community, I
hate the word community.
It is a community, though, by definition.
I guess.
You don't want to be a part of our community?
Let's call it a social
I think
structure.
community leads to like some sort of hive mind, and it leads to a lot of biases without looking at information. So I don't like doing that. It furthers the whole sides nonsense, the us versus them, and I don't like giving into that.
Yeah, well, but as a social
God,
group,
I must have a torch around here I could light. Hold on.
As a social group, I think that what we need to do is be more discriminating about the content creators that we offer material support to, and that we offer our subscriptions to, and that we should be willing to criticize them when we see them doing something inappropriate. And we should be very, very. We should also be aware if a creator asks us to do them a favor. When Frank was prevailed upon to white knight for Demon to go and defend for him. Think about when a creator is asking you to do that. If it isn't your idea, just tell them no, right?
Well, that means they know they're in the wrong if they're calling in backup.
Well, if they're trying to use you as a proxy and it didn't
Beaver's
occur
so
to you,
scary.
yeah, just say no and draw your own boundaries, assert yourself, because you're not a foot soldier, you're not a follower, you're not some pawn in a chess game between content creators. You're your own person, and you should assert your own boundaries. And I feel like we can be drawn into the mystique of this person is a content creator, this person is sort of a celebrity. Don't do that. You
it's fake.
Yes. But yeah, the peg leg is right. I'm just nervous whenever I see beavers holding axes. It feels like a tree is going to die.
I never thought of that.
How do you get the slit without beaver having an axe?
All right.
See, she's thinking.
But if you are being asked to participate in one of these inter-creator conflicts, make sure that it's your idea. Make sure that assert your volition.
I will say I got messages of, I guess after the Mandy fallout, some people were in voice chat. They were upset, very emotional because they had been conned, and he tried to. Oh, did I? Okay, I would love for you to provide any proof of that, because I have proof of everything he did. And I don't think Johnny O would lie about him admitting it to him either. So you should actually hit up the people he's sent nasty messages about you two. Lucy, right? I have photos of you on a date with a midget because he was outside taking photos of you. If you'd like me to send those to you, I can. But how else would I know you went on a date with a midget?
I'm so fucking lost.
So maybe you should see who you line with. He literally talked about you like you were fucking nothing but a bank account to him. So you should watch where your loyalties lie there. You can tell him that, because he's going to watch this anyway.
Not to mention, how did she even get here to begin with? Did he like call on the people
go
to
and
come help him again?
Chat and defend me, woman I
chat and
stalked.
defend me. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, it's understandable that the
Sorry,
people
little
close-
person. I'm sorry, little person. His feet didn't even touch the floor. Like, dude, he was dead ass outside that restaurant, Lucy, taking pictures of you with this man, sending it to strangers on the internet to make fun of you. You should see the other pictures of you he put out.
Well, that sounds like a conversation that you and she might
No,
better
that
have.
it wasn't a nude thing. He used to take pictures of
No.
her and send it to people and talk about how large
Even
she
so, I don't think that she needs to be degraded publicly over the photos that Demon sent.
Oh no,
But
I'm just saying, like, she's standing up for him. That's some behavior that I've personally seen that relates to her.
So it's understandable that the people who are closest to Demon are the most loyal to him, and that's
the most
perfectly
manipulated.
natural. And are also going to require the highest standards of evidence regarding this. But what he did with that Facebook account cannot be described as a setup on any level. He set up a fake Facebook account encouraging people to physically confront somebody he disagreed with on YouTube.
Not just physically confront, told moms groups in the area that he was a pedophile targeting little girls.
Yeah, while providing the guy's real name and address. It's grotesquely irresponsible. I would argue it's illegal under US and probably Irish law. I don't see that there's any justification. And I also don't see how you can blame that on Shiz. There's no real world. In the real world, there's no way Shiz can have done that or arranged for Demon to do that.
Nor would I ever. Even if I didn't give a fuck about any of these people or online shit, I would care enough about the law enforcement that would have to respond to this debacle to not start that shit. It's not worth it.
So I don't think I know that I know that the people who are closest to Demon are going to hear various stories that Demon tells, and they're going to be to put him in the best light possible and to make it seem like it's all somebody else's fault or it's the fault of his mental health conditions. The reality is that as innately charming as Demon is, he has some very serious problems and some very dangerous, immoral, illegal behavior has resulted from his mental health issues. And you can deny that if you want, but you're actually doing him a disservice, because the best thing that can happen for him now is that he gets help. Right? He clearly needs help. And the best thing for him is for the people close to him to agree that he needs help.
I think the elephant in the room is that we should be raising money, pitching in to get a sister a present. Come on, everybody. Let's get a sister a present. We'll stream it on you.
Angel Gamer asked to come up to reiterate her conversation with Demon. Oh my gosh, that's the perfect time for a palate cleanser. Hold on. Angel Gamer, do you want to? Oh no, where is it? Do you want to?
You want to come on mic? Do you want to come on mic?
Everybody wants to come on mic.
Sure. I certainly
Sure.
can. The last voice chat conversation I had with Demon, it was just a couple days before this came out. We were in your Discord. Everybody else had logged off, and he was in there, and I was in there. And it felt like we were having a really good conversation. I opened up to him about some of the personal struggles I've been going through with body image and my weight and things like that. And he told me all about Demon's sister, Lucy. And he, wanted me to talk to her too, because he said that I'm not saying this to be rude or anything, but I just want you to know how he has betrayed you, Lucy.
He has said terrible things about her.
He told me that he was afraid that you were going to die soon because of your weight, and how he has been cooking food for you that has almost no calories in it, just because he's so concerned about you. And now I don't even know if that's true. It felt like we had a really deep, meaningful conversation. And then all of this came to light, and I had to wonder if any of the stuff he said to me was genuine. But I want you to know that he has been saying things about you and maybe betraying your trust too. I don't know if that was something that you wanted other people to know. So just know that you need to take another look at him. I know you moved to Ireland to be closer to him, and I worry about you. You've spent a lot of money to move your whole life over there. Just be
You're
careful.
nicer than me. Like, she's flat out getting taken advantage of. He says terrible things about her. He's done terrible things behind her back to her. Same thing he did to me. He did a lot of terrible things behind my back and then played up like we were friends. I'm not trying to be mean. Thank you, Angel Gamer. I can tell this is an emotional subject for you. Like, you're getting played. Yes. Yes. If you want to contact me on Discord, I will send you pictures of you out on dates that he would take through the windows of the restaurant.
So I think that I'm genuinely uncomfortable with sort of, because I feel that Demon sharing this information with you is inappropriate. It's harmful to Lucy, but I don't think that discussing it in a public forum is necessarily.
Oh no, this is
helpful.
the only way I've encountered her. That's why I just asked her to hit me up on Discord.
So I think that, you know, I understand the value in these facts being brought forward, but I would encourage that, you know, anything deeper than we've discussed so far should actually be held in direct conversation.
I hope she does contact me on Discord or shizhappensYT@gmail.com. I would
feel
love
free to reach out to me too, and I'll tell you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Angel Gamer is lovely. She's a sweetheart.
So, you know, and I appreciate, you know, and again, it just goes to show that there are multiple axes along which people have been victimized and manipulated and deeply wounded.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, and I don't think that we've explored all of them yet. I'm fairly certain that there will be more revelations as sort of our avenues of communication become clearer and more direct. One of the things that, and this was true with Welsh News Network, one of the things that scammers rely on is that people don't fact check them. People don't bother to check to be skeptical about their claims. So you know, now that we're on the lookout and now we're re-examining past interactions, we will be able to verify whether or not previous claims were true, what actually happened.
Well, that's the hardest part of all this. It's very disorienting, I think, for everyone involved, because then you have to look back and be like, how many signs did I miss?
Yeah.
You have to think back over everything and you're like, wow, was it a lie? Was it true? Oh, I'm not saying it would defame you. I'm just saying it's like, I would be upset if my friend stalked me on dates and took pictures and sent it to strangers on the internet. But I digress. I'm going to go over to Discord where I'm going to drop the screenshots as I redact them. And I will see you guys there if you would like to join. Thank you, JL, for letting me sit on your beard. Tony, I wish it was your beard. Beaver, I'm glad you're all the way over there. Thank you, Angel Gamer. Shout out Hill Pirate Studios and the lovely Scotto. And I hope you all have a good night. I'm sorry I had to be the bearer of bad news, but let's all make smart decisions, okay?
Oh my gosh, Shiz.
There she goes again. Oh man, shoot the messenger if you need. Justify the criminal's greed. Blame the documents if you want. Throw out a misogynistic taunt, but there she goes again. Pissing off them men. There she goes once more. Facts will settle the score. If the truth is painful, maybe be less pitiful. Don't commit crimes and lie online. There she goes again. Documents in hand, breaking their delusion. Sorry for the confusion, but shit happens. Shit happens. Shit happens.